On the evening of June 12, 1999, Ashville, a quiet town known for its sleepy streets and family-oriented community, was rocked by a chilling phone call. The voice on the other end of the 911 call was barely audible, trembling with panic. "My family, they're gone. My wife, my kids. I don't know what happened. They just vanished. Please, come fast." The operator, trying to maintain control, urged the caller to stay calm, but the line went dead before he could provide any further details. When the police arrived at the Johnson family's home, there was no sign of forced entry, no signs of a struggle. The house was eerily quiet, the lights off, the doors locked, and inside, nothing but an empty silence. David Johnson, the father, had vanished along with his wife, Laura, and their two young children, Sarah, 9, and Ben, 6. The once bustling home now stood still. There were no clues, no immediate signs of where they had gone. The case immediately stumped authorities. How could an entire family just vanish in the middle of the night without a trace? David Johnson was a 35-year-old mechanic, married to Laura, a schoolteacher, and together they had built a life in Asheville. They were a typical, happy family, known to neighbors as kind and devoted parents. But there was more to this seemingly perfect family than met the eye. Detective Anna Reyes, a seasoned investigator who had handled countless missing persons cases, was assigned to the Johnson case. She arrived at the scene, walking through the house with a keen eye for detail. The scene was perplexing. The family's belongings were left untouched. Laura's purse was still on the kitchen counter, and the children's toys were scattered around the living room. Everything seemed normal, too normal. But one thing stood out, a note. Written in David's handwriting, it simply read, "I'm sorry, I couldn't protect them." The words were chilling. Was this a confession? A desperate plea? Or was it something else altogether? As Detective Reyes continued her investigation, she spoke to friends, co-workers, and family members, all of whom described David as a kind, hard-working man. No one had any reason to believe he would do something to harm his family. However, there was one detail that stood out, a strange encounter just days before their disappearance. A neighbor had noticed a black SUV parked in front of the Johnson home. The car was unfamiliar to the area and had never been seen before. David had explained it away, claiming he was helping a friend with a car repair. But something about the encounter didn't sit right. Was this connected to the family's disappearance? Or was David's explanation just an attempt to cover up something else? Reyes's investigation led her to David's workplace, where one of his co-workers, a man named Robert Miller, had been seen frequently talking to David in the days leading up to the vanishing. Robert Miller was a known figure in Asheville, and not for good reasons. Whispers around town spoke of shady dealings and underground business connections. Was David involved in something more dangerous than anyone realized? The investigation took an unexpected turn when Detective Reyes's team uncovered that the black SUV was registered under a false name. With a search warrant, Reyes's team discovered a storage unit rented under David's name. Inside, they found several boxes filled with documents, including financial records and shady contracts. There were even traces of weapons, but still no clear connection to the Johnsons. It was clear now, David had been hiding something. But what was it? And was it enough to explain the disappearance of his entire family? As Reyes pushed forward with her search, she discovered more details about the Johnsons' private lives that seemed off. Laura's family revealed that in the months leading up to the disappearance, Laura had confided in her sister about feeling increasingly anxious. She mentioned that David had become distant, secretive even. Had the pressure of keeping secrets finally broken the family apart? The investigation intensified as another key discovery was made. A witness came forward, stating that David had been seen meeting with a man named James Hawthorne, a notorious criminal with connections to the underground world. James was known for his involvement in smuggling operations. But what was his connection to David? Had David been pulled into something far darker? Or was he simply trying to protect his family from the chaos he'd unknowingly stepped into? Just as the investigation hit a dead end, Reyes received a tip that changed everything. A nearby security camera had captured footage of a tall, shadowy figure walking into the Johnsons' backyard just hours before the 911 call was made. The figure, wearing a dark coat and a hat, wasn't David Johnson. It was someone else entirely. This new clue shifted the investigation into a completely different direction. Was there a criminal organization involved? Had David been caught in something he couldn't escape? Months of tireless investigation led to a breakthrough when an anonymous source revealed that David had been seen in a remote cabin in the woods, meeting with several men. When authorities arrived, the cabin was abandoned, and there were no signs of the Johnsons. It was as if they had never been there. Though no physical evidence was found, the case took a darker turn when authorities linked Robert Miller and James Hawthorne to a network of human traffickers operating in the region. Detective Reyes theorized that the Johnson family may have inadvertently stumbled into this criminal world, and that their disappearance was tied to something much larger than just a simple case of a missing family. The public reaction to the case was immediate and intense. Ashville was a small town, and the Johnsons' disappearance left the entire community in shock. The question on everyone's mind was whether the family had been victims of a conspiracy, or if David had led them into a dangerous world they never saw coming. Despite the public's desire for answers, the truth remained elusive. Had the Johnsons been caught up in a criminal organization? Was David Johnson a victim of circumstance, or had he willingly walked his family into the darkness? The case remains unsolved to this day, with no clear answers. The Johnsons' fate is one of Asheville's greatest mysteries. Was David's apology in the note a sign of guilt, or was it the final desperate plea of a man who couldn't protect his family from forces beyond his control? The Johnson family's disappearance is a haunting reminder that sometimes, even the most ordinary lives can be swept into a world of danger that no one could ever imagine. And sometimes, the truth is too dangerous to uncover. What do you think happened to the Johnson family? Were they caught up in a criminal conspiracy, or did they simply vanish into the shadows? Was David Johnson a victim, or did he play a part in something much darker? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more chilling true crime stories.